with C'est La Vie Wellness. My name is Lynn, and today we're making bone broth. It's very easy to do, and it's a great way to use up leftover bones and actual vegetable scraps. So you'll see, very easy, and I'll show you how. It takes about 5 minutes. So first, what I'm taking is leftover chicken carcass and turkey parts from a chicken that we roasted, and then I froze the carcass for later use to make the bone broth. Now the reason you want to make your own bone broth is very nutritious. Depending on the bones you use and what vegetables you're adding, it can be rich in minerals and vitamins, and so it's really worth doing, but especially lots of various proteins that are very good in the body, such as gelatin. Gelatin helps to break down collagen in the body, and collagen is really important for any conductive tissue in the body. So your cartilage, joints, hair, nails, skin, that's all really good and will benefit from collagen. So you can see that I've got all my bones here. Another thing about bone broth, it's very healing for the gut. It contains glutamine, which is another protein. So basically bone broth gives you all these amino acids, which are the parts of the protein. And glutamine is very healing for the whole gut. So if you have any problems with leaky gut, that would be really beneficial. And what I'm doing, once I've got my bones, is I'm just adding some vegetable scraps that I've kept as I use vegetables. So stems, peels, anything that you would put in the compost, or traditionally that you would feed the pigs if you had a farm. I keep them and I put them in the freezer and just add to the Ziploc, and then when it's pretty full, it's time to make bone broth. So in here I've got some onion peels, I've got some pieces of leeks, I've got some sweet potato peels, I've got a piece of cauliflower, so a little bit of everything really, and these are going to add more nutrients and some great flavor to your bone broth as well. Lots of peels, some kale stems. These are all great to add to your bone broth. Another good thing about bone broth is that it can reduce inflammation because of the different amino acids that it contains. So you want to fill it up. Remember that this, as it cooks, it'll go down a little bit. I even have some cabbage leaves in there. Okay. Then I'm going to add some garlic, just to add some nice flavor. So I just cut up the garlics because I had really big garlic bulbs, but you can add, I don't know, between 5 and 7 cloves of garlic. And then a couple of bay leaves, again, to add some of that flavor. And then I look what I have in the fridge, if I have any herbs that, are just in the fridge and I know I'm not going to be using them, then I just add them. In this case, it was dill. So that's going to add an interesting flavor to my bone broth, but it's all good. It's all good. And then the important thing is the vinegar. So this is raw apple cider vinegar, and what the vinegar does, it helps to draw out some of those minerals from the bones. So it's an important ingredient. So I have about 1/4 to about 1/3 of a cup of raw apple cider vinegar. And then the last thing is some salt. Salt's always good because it does add a lot of flavor. And don't be afraid to add salt to your own cooking. I know people are saying, oh, what about blood pressure and all that? It's not the salt, the seasoning that you do when you do your own cooking that is the problem. It's when people buy too many processed foods and they're really high in sodium, and that's what causes a lot of problem. But if you cook your own food, if you do everything from scratch and you're just seasoning with a little bit of salt, it's not going to cause an issue. And it does enhance a lot of the flavors. And then you basically just add some nice pure filtered water to the mix. You fill it to just above the vegetables and the bones. It already smells good because of the dill. I can really smell the dill. And then basically pop it in your crock pot and let it simmer. The longer you simmer, the more you'll get the flavors and you'll get the benefits of the bones. So I usually simmer overnight, and so we'll look at this in the morning and see what we're getting, and I'll show you what to do with it after. So our bone broth has simmered all night. You can see how it's gone down a little bit as the vegetables have cooked. And, oh my God, it smells so good. Oh, memories of soup in our mother's kitchen probably. So then all you have to do is basically strain it. So I just have a big measuring cup here with a strainer at the top, and I'm just taking big spoonfuls over like that, and just straining out the liquid from all the vegetables, all the bones, and the meat from the bones and whatnot. And as you can see, I've got this beautiful rich bone broth, and then I just basically put it in a mason jar in the fridge until ready to use. So it's great to use in soups, in stews, as a base actually to cook rice, to cook quinoa, and it's full of nutrients. So wonderful, wonderful, and very easy to do, really. So hopefully you'll try to do this bone broth using your vegetable scraps that you'll have accumulated, or you can actually use vegetables like celery, carrots, onions, just chop with the peels and all that, and just put that in, and that would work as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this segment, and make sure to like our video, and hope to see you in another one. Bon appétit!